Ah yes, My Nintendo, a rewards program that I really don't see a lot of people talking about. Seeing as we aren't getting a core Pokemon game released this holiday season, we also won't be getting any pre-order bonuses. So I just wanted to take the time to talk about the nifty little Pokemon knickknacks that My Nintendo has to offer. Okay, but real quick, what is My Nintendo? Coming as sort of a replacement to Club Nintendo, My Nintendo wasn't off to an interesting start. For one thing, there are two different types of points that you can earn, Platinum and Gold. Gold points are earned when you purchase a Nintendo game, digital or physical, and can be used to help pay for things on the eShop. Platinum points can be earned in a variety of ways, normally things like connecting social media to your Nintendo account, visiting promotional websites for upcoming games, or just logging in once a week. But my favorite method was earning some if you visited a Nintendo demo event. These were kiosks where you could demo upcoming games, and there were often a station that you could get a few points at. I've been to a few of these because my local shopping mall is like the second biggest in California. In the beginning, these rewards could be used to get things like digital wallpapers and basically nothing. But in 2019, they began offering physical rewards. Now these aren't anything too exciting, often stickers or pens or stationery with popular Nintendo characters printed on them. But if you could earn enough of these platinum points for free, these were some fun little trinkets that you only needed to pay shipping for. I think everything really changed when they began incorporating Nintendo Online. See, every week there are a set of missions to complete, usually involving playing a featured game through the Nintendo Switch Online. But there are also really easy things like play any game that uses internet and backing up your save data. If you've never logged into your My Nintendo account, there's a good chance you've already passively earned a few coins. But enough about generic Nintendo, this is a Pokemon channel after all. So what have been some of the Pokemon themed physical rewards throughout the years? Well, to celebrate the release of Sword and Shield, there were quite a few. Okay, it was basically a set of pens, notepad, and greeting cards, and a sticker sheet all featuring the Galarian starter Pokemon. But when you remember that Walmart and Target were offering the same things for their pre-order bonuses not too recently, it's all on brand. Unfortunately, I don't own any of these because I wasn't actively trying to build up points during this time. Again, this was before the integration of Nintendo Online made it so easy to earn points. There were some additional things in Japan for the release of the Crown Tundra DLC, but alas, I am living in America. So let's fast forward to the release of new Pokemon Snap. Finally, a big spin-off game on the Nintendo Switch. The game we all had been waiting for. Anyway, My Nintendo was offering a bundle of stationery and cardboard photo frames as well as bags.
It's a candy bar bag, you knucklehead.
I have like 4 of these from Mario Golf. For some reason, I do not want a bag.
Suckers.
I did redeem my points for the stationery, and yep, this is definitely paper. Half of these feature images of Pokemon from the game on the back, and the other half has the graphic designs from the in-game menus. Honestly, I like having a piece of the Pokemon world in my hands, but I really don't think I'll actually be writing anything on these. The photo frames are at least a cool idea and fit thematically, especially if you print out pictures that you actually took in the game, but again, I feel more compelled to keep it all unused. Later that same year, it was time for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and here we got 2 different phone ring holders featuring the Team Galactic logo and Piplup's butt. These are kind of a neat idea, a little more substantial than pens and paper. This would hypothetically be something you use literally every day if you stick it on your phone. Though whenever I tried to get the Piplup one, it was always sold out, so I have like 2 of the Team Galactic ones. Maybe when I get a new phone and a new case, I'll bust one out. A few months later, Pokemon Legends Arceus released, and so My Nintendo came out with cable ties? I mean, sure, being a video game fan, we're bound to have miles of tangled cable, but it feels way more utilitarian than phone ring holders. Unless you were bringing a charger with you everywhere you went, you really wouldn't get a chance to show these off. Either way, I got one of each, the Pikachu and Eevee one as well as the Hisuian Pokeball and Galaxy Expedition team emblem, though the Pikachu and Eevee ones could be released for any other game. There's nothing about it that says Legends Arceus except for the label on the back, which oddly enough the other one doesn't even have. Leading up to the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, there was a cross-promotion with Splatoon 3, a Splatfest where the 3 starter Pokemon types would duke it out, special t-shirts to buy from Nintendo themselves, and a keychain to spend your platinum points on. It's a set of 3 keychains featuring the wacky Splatoon writing as well as the silhouettes of Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley. This reward actually sold out pretty quickly when it was first dropped, but thankfully it had a restock and I was able to snag it. Keychains are another one of those bare minimum kind of things, but I really like these ones for being a reminder that there was indeed a Pokemon and Splatoon crossover. Then, for Pokemon Day in 2023, the most recent physical rewards were a notebook and a set of highlighters. I know I dogged on some of the others, but these ones are actually at least thematically appropriate. I mean, in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video games, you're literally playing as a student at one of 2 academies. Using this notebook during class will let you live-action roleplay Pokemon during school hours. And it is a pretty nice notebook at that. The little images of the starter Pokemon are all raised up, giving it a bit of texture. Though the highlighters are a bit on the small side, come on Nintendo, I need a man-sized writing utensil. While that was originally going to be the end of the discussion, Pokemon actually just announced another physical reward to celebrate the recent release of Detective Pikachu 2. You know, for your cup of coffee. There were actually a handful of coffee-themed collectibles for this game and other various promotions, which makes a lot of sense because Detective Pikachu himself just loves coffee.
I could stop whenever I want. These are just choices. Another round, extra shot, black as night. Thank you, sweetie.
It's a neat idea. Again, thematically appropriate and usable enough, though I myself do not drink coffee. In fact, warm drinks in general I just don't really consume all that often. But that brings us to the end of the physical Pokemon rewards redeemable through My Nintendo. Of course, there have been so many more throughout the years for basically every other big Nintendo property, you know, like DC Superhero Girls. But like I said, I just wanted to focus on Pokemon. I have gotten a few other things like some Nintendo 64 keychains and these Splatoon stickers, but I always just feel like saving my coins for whatever new Pokemon thing that they'll end up dropping. I really did skip over all the downloadable rewards because I don't think they're very significant. A lot of these are like print and fold kind of things, or like coloring sheets, or basically stuff that you need a decent printer to actually get some use out of. And of course the wallpapers and stuff, those could have just been uploaded to Twitter. I have no idea why you have to pay like 10 platinum points for it. For some other video games, they do actually have things like manuals or alternate covers for the games that you can slip into cases. But again, this is something that you should probably really have a good color printer for, as well as some decent paper. Though I would be all over these if they actually did any of it for Pokemon. But since they don't, I feel like that's the end of the discussion for My Nintendo. In the end, I think My Nintendo is a neat little idea for fans. I say that as someone who has never used the previous service it replaced. And also, I'm not sure what general Nintendo fans think about it. They might just be ambivalent toward it, though as a Pokemon fan and a collector at that, I'm all for it. We love getting random trinkets and junk that don't even really do all that much, but I mean, if it has the Pokemon name on it, then it's an absolute must get. Maybe it's just a matter of getting the word out a bit more, because a lot of people who love stuff like this, especially in the vein of recent pre-order bonuses, just might not know about it. But I hope in making this video I haven't brought a giant amount of attention to it to the point where I'm just not going to be able to get any of this stuff in the future. I'm sure it'll be fine. So let me know if you've ever ordered any of these and which ones are your favorites. Anyway, I've got to get back to not playing a new Pokemon game this year, though that's probably for the better. Thank you to every channel member for your continued support, especially the great Gators: Alex Swiss, Cheeseburger Lasers, DeAndre, Dunkatino II, Jen Eric, Cosmos Zero, Justin Duaz, Justin R, Meme Supreme, Nomad Nobi, Phantom, Pio the Genius, Quago, Taijirai, Volity, and Pastel Blood. If you would like to support, get a shout out here, as well as access to emotes for comments and live streams and sometimes early videos, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter for more memes and Twitch for more streams. Anyway, this has been GatorX, and I'll catch you all later.
Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you.
Something's gone wrong in the happy-go-lucky world of Nintendo. Introducing Super Smash Bros., where all your favorite characters go toe-to-toe in one 4-player star-studded slam fest, only on Nintendo 64.